the Carolina Panthers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So how's that for an interesting way to start this ball game?
First drive of the game and you go backwards all the way into your own end zone?
Guess it kind of makes you wonder what else we might have in store here in this one. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a big no-no last time. A safety to make this score 2-0 where we stand now. So see if they can atone for that mistake.
You give up points, but on the flip side, the positive side, after you pump...
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Mario Addison in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. If that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing is Newton. And that's complete to the former Bear. It's Greg Olsen. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Take it at the 37. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Now it's Trubisky. He finds Beckham complete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll run it here. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go, fellas.
Newton on third down. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap for Newton. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
20.
To the air again, Newton. A quick slant, caught by Moore. take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Ole Miss's Marquise Haynes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
18.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Let's go.
Trubisky will throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Lock in.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Lock in.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Blue.
4th down. Here's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dontari Poe getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Hey, hey. Express.
Out of the gun, Newton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, hey. Gun, gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On first down, it's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down, here's Newton. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Newton got his man complete over the middle. That's Bird. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's rock now.
Again, Newton. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And that pickup will be good for a first down. Give him 10 yards exactly on the quick slant. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Now the Panthers get set, 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to account for Cam Newton on this play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. Now a toss coming right side. That's Marshall. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Gonna let one. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them? Or do you decide...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go, let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
4 down. Stop. 180.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
White did it 3. 4 down. 4 down. Hey. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. So it's halftime here in Charlotte. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
He finds an opening past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. So a big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Third and long, it's Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. On third down. That's Owens. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collected, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey. That's it. 180.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's rock now. Greg. Hey, get right there.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort. There, 25 yards, and the Panthers have got it on cruise control. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. A toss running left. It's Marshall. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They run with Howard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Throwing here, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
We got 4. We got 4.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. Escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
20. Gun.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gun.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because we are grading them on their performance in this game. A lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to go down again.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball. Gun, gun, gun. Great, great, great. Pull down, pull down. Hey, hey. Great, great.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now it's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Do something.
To the air again, Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now they go with a slant that time, 15 yards at a 1st down. Newton's going to throw it. And look at this. And it's a fumble.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run it now out of the gun. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol.
Hey, get right down. Get right there.
He'll get it up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
3 down, 3 down. Set. 180. What do you?
Now Newton. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Throwing here, Newton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Panthers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1.